Join me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Find all my social media links below in the info section of this video. Hey guys, it's your girl Beautiful Brown Baby Doll, and I'm coming today to talk about the Dark Girls documentary that was done on OWN about a week or two ago. I've been asked by many of you to review it. There was everything covered from dating of men and women of darker and lighter complexions to mothers and fathers instilling in their kids that they're worth it or not worth it, to talks from the people that were doing the documentary. Now, I feel like this is a redundant argument that many people are not going to see the point of until they realize and understand self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence, and invest in other things in their lives other than things that can't be changed. It doesn't make one person better than the other. It's not something that you win awards for. It's not something that you get. Being adopted, being raised in a home where I was the darkest complected young woman, being the darkest of all of my best friends, I never really saw my differences from them. It wasn't until I was older that I started to realize that some people had ignorance and stupidity and slave mentality. My mother, from the day I was adopted at 3 months old, always invested in my education, ensured that I was aware of my self-worth, ensured that I knew that I had many other things to offer in this world than my looks and the way other people perceived my looks. Many of us in different ethnicities in which shades go from very dark to very light understand that classes have been formed based on these looks. The way that those things were imposed from the beginning was from slavery, and that was not because the lightest were more beautiful or because the darkest were more ugly or inferior or less educated. The reason was because we had to be divided in order to be conquered. The mind is not biologically programmed to look at a person and say, oh, they look wonderful because they're light-skinned. What people see when they see you is either beauty or ugliness. As far as dating, do I feel that my being browner skinned has made me be chosen less or picked over? Honestly, no, because I think a lot of times that has to do with your complex or thoughts about yourself. I've had even men say things like, oh, I don't date women your complexion, but I thought you were beautiful. And I usually stop them then because that comes from ignorance. It's one thing to have a preference. That's fine. If someone doesn't want to date me because of my complexion, I really think that they're one less ignorant person that I had to deal with anyway. So this talk needs to be had from the time a child is born, that you're not better than or less than. I've seen people teach their kids that they're wonderful because they're light skinned, and I think it's silly, because honestly, they could go through something in life such as getting burned or getting hurt or flying through a windshield, which will cause people to be even less likely to consider their complexions at all. Get talent, get self-esteem, realize who and what you are. I'm glad I was given a mother who is of a lighter complexion than myself that always told me that I was gorgeous, wonderful. My skin complexion never came into play. I remember one day a woman saying to me, how come everyone likes you? I'm light-skinned. Ma'am, I'm gonna need for you to try harder. That's not something you have over me. You were born that way. If that's all that you have, then I feel really, really sorry for you. To hear a woman on Dark Girls say that her mother sat and bragged about her and said, oh, my daughter has beautiful skin, her skin is clear, she has beautiful teeth, she has beautiful bone structure. Could you imagine if she was lighter, how gorgeous she would be? To me, that's so silly. Being a woman that has won the eye candy competition, in which most women that were chosen for that were of very light complexion, I remember that the shade thrown was not men, it was other women. Niggerish ideologies just come from those who have imposed ideals that are stupid or based on stupidity. We listen to songs that Lil Wayne says what he says about it. It's not like in the next verse he's not saying that he's gonna beat it, eat it, skeet it, then delete it. It's not like they're getting an extra pleasurable amount of respect out of this situation. If they're getting chose just because of the way that they look and getting treated like rats and dogs, I really didn't want to know it. We haven't even realized that the first child that Lil Wayne bore is brown skinned. The woman that he first married, not just impregnated, was brown skinned. Really, what he has to say on the matter does not matter. Nor does he pay my bills, help me with anything else in my life. He didn't pay for my college tuition. I really could care less. I don't want Lil Wayne. So you have to create your own world. And in my world, I am queen. I am beautiful. I'm worth it. I'm amazing. I'm smart. I'm educated. I have it together. No one else can tell me what I am worth. Foolishness that we choose to listen to and feed into is because of our own insecurities. We've allowed our past, which is slavery, to continually impact the present. The parents are continually passing on this foolishness to their children. If you have any comments about this, please chime in below. I'm so grateful that you're viewing. Beautiful Brown Baby Doll. Peace.